안녕하세요 여러분, 뽀꼬메노모소 이혜경입니다. 정말 오래간만에 인사드리는 것 같습니다. 그동안 저에게는 정말 많은 일이 있었어요. 그 중에서 가장 가슴 아픈 일은 사랑하는 아버지를 하늘나라로 보내드려야 했습니다. 지금은 제 마음속에서 항상 저를 지켜봐 주시는 아버지가 자랑스럽게 생각하는 딸의 삶을 살려고 노력하고 있습니다. 오늘의 에피소드가 12화이니까 한 달에 한 개씩만 했다 그래도 벌써 1년이 넘었다는 이야기입니다. 뒤돌아보니 항상 무언가를 생각하게 하고 싶다는 저희 취지가 혹시 지루하고 재미없게 만들지는 않았는지 하는 걱정도 됩니다. 그런데 가끔 제가 그 순간에 어렸을 때 그 혼란 속에 있을 때 누군가가 한마디를 해줬으면 혹시 달라지지는 않았을까 하는 생각을 할 때가 있거든요. 저와 같은 시행착오가 없기를 바라는 마음에서 만들고 있다는 걸 좀 알아주셨으면 좋겠습니다. 오늘은요, 미국 피바리 음대의 마리나 피치니니 선생님을 모셨습니다. 제가 볼 때 사람에 있어서 가장 중요한 진솔함과 자상함과 그리고 간혹 엄격하심이 우리와 너무 비슷하다고 느꼈습니다. 오늘 선생님이 얼마나 유익한 얘기를 많이 해주실지 너무 흥분되고 기대됩니다. 선생님 안녕하세요.
Hello everybody, I'm Marina Piccinini and I'm absolutely thrilled and delighted to be invited to be a part of this online interview series in Korea. I'm looking forward to sharing some of my thoughts with all of you, and I hope that in this way we can be somewhat connected despite the fact that we are all socially distanced and travel and concerts have been largely stopped. So thank you, and here we go.
먼저요, 선생님은 선생님 클래스에서 제자들의 어떤 면을 중요하게 보고 계시는지요?
Now here's a question that I get quite a bit. What is it that you're looking for in a student when you're thinking about accepting them? I find this to be a very interesting question because I have come to realize that students auditioning believe that I'm looking for something slightly different than I really am. People believe that they have to make an audition that is absolutely perfect, like a recording. No mistakes, no wrong notes, no cracks, no bumps. Just absolutely perfect and pristine. But what I'm looking for when I hear a student is the potential. I'm looking for what's inside the student. Is there fire? Is there passion? Is there dedication? Is there discipline? Will the student be happy to commit to the years and years and years of studying and pursuing and perfecting? Will they enjoy the process? Will they be receptive to my ideas? Will they be willing to experiment? So in the end, it has to do with the potential of the person, the fire and the passion and the potential that they show above all else. Where there is potential and where there's discipline, there can be results. Where there is no fire, where there is no passion, when people do this for the wrong reasons or for no reason at all, I've realized that there will be a limit to how much of the work can be done together. So what I'm looking for is a genuine personality, somebody who is really, truly and honestly and sincerely committed and in love with the flute.
얼마나 듣고 싶은 이야기인지 모릅니다. 학생의 내면을 그리고 가능성을 중요시 여긴다는 말씀이 아예 감사하기까지 합니다. 그래서 더 궁금해졌어요. 선생님의 티칭 필로소피라고 할까, 지도하시는데 철학이 있다면요, 말씀해 주실 수 있으시겠어요?
My teaching philosophy is really very simple. I think that this is a joint exploration when I work with a student. I am working very hard and the student is working very hard, and we are working together to find a mutual goal of understanding how to progress, how to deepen our understanding of the music. And I say our because my feeling is that when I teach, I am also learning. I am the teacher, but I'm also the student. And it is this mutual adventure that interests me very much in teaching. It's why I have a passion myself for teaching, because I can learn so much, I can uncover so much. my students are a great source of development in myself. And I hope, of course, the other way around as well. So it is this continuous curiosity, this desire to always get just that much better that I find so important in life for all of us, and my joy in teaching. Of course, there are fundamentals that have to be addressed right away from the beginning about how to hold the flute, how to play the flute, what certain basic exercises have to be. But the goal of teaching and the goal of playing an instrument is so that the music can communicate and be shared with other people. So my main mission in teaching is to, through the flute and through the perfection of how to play the instrument, to get to the point where we can learn and express what the music is all about. Not play the notes, but really play the music which is playing the heart. So I'm trying to help all the students that come through my studio, whether it is permanently at Peabody or through my MPIMC master classes, which are ongoing throughout the year. I want to help them become the most profound and meaningful musicians.
이렇게 진실되게 제자들을 대해 주시니 존경을 안 할 수가 없겠네요. 제가 알기로는 선생님 클래스에 한국 학생들이 참 많다고 들었는데요. 그들의 얘기도 잠깐 들려주세요.
I'm being asked the question to maybe describe what I find is a trait of students coming from Korea. I have taught so many Korean students in the United States, at Peabody, in master classes all over the world, in the Hochschule in Germany, and in my ongoing MPIMC, which is really truly international, or the master classes in Paris that I've held for so many years. And I have taught, of course, flutists from other countries as well. Every student coming from a country has certain traits which are so much part of the culture and of the language that they have grown up in. So it is sometimes interesting that we see certain characteristics that maybe you can say, oh, you see this in all the people from this country, and yet each person is so individual. One of the things is that the world is becoming more and more international, and we have access to so many different ideas from so many different countries, and we're influenced by so many people from so many different countries. When I was in Korea last time and I was teaching, I was so impressed by the dedication of the young Korean flutists, by their sincerity in really practicing and preparing very hard and presenting the music, and they're playing in the best light possible. I know from my teaching at Peabody, particularly where it's a 4-year program, I know that if I ask my students from Korea to do something, they will do it. I appreciate that, and to me it is an example of how others should be as well. I think that every student is a little bit different. Some of them have more humor, some of them have less. Most of my students from Korea have amazing humor. And I love when we can find that moment where we can connect, because I find that when people start to smile and to laugh, they enjoy what they're doing. And when they enjoy what they do, they learn 10 times more deeply and more permanently. So I have been very fortunate to have some exceptional, extraordinary students.
정말 우리나라의 젊은 음악도들이 똑똑하고 현명하고 열심히 너무 잘하고 있는 것 같아서 정말 뿌듯하고 자랑스럽습니다. 요즘같이 팬데믹으로 인해서 많은 음악회가 취소되고 페스티벌도 취소되고 하는데 선생님은 여가 시간을 어떻게 보내시는지 궁금해졌어요.
What do I do for relaxation? Well, quite a lot of things actually. This entire lockdown time and the cancellation of concerts and the prohibition of travel has given me a different kind of time, and I thought I would be very relaxed and have not much to do, but I've been busier than ever, both between teaching online and making recordings for music festivals that want to stream the concerts. I had to premiere a piece by Aaron J. Kernis that he wrote for me called Siren, which was for solo flute plus 7 flutes plus piccolo, and I had to video record each part and put it all together. So these things were very time consuming and very new, not necessarily relaxing. When I can relax, I think of course my favorite thing to do to relax is to spend time with my family and also with my friends. I have been so fortunate that we were able to get our daughter from Paris to come from Paris and spend the lockdown with us, and that my husband and I were also together. So the 3 of us were together in quarantine in the Alps in Switzerland, a beautiful, beautiful place. And through these months in the lockdown, I also became enamored of the nature and the wonderful and magnificent Alps that are here right outside my door. So hiking has become an incredible passion and a way of really feeling very healthy and relaxing at the same time. We have these very high Alps, and at first I went on smaller walks, and increasingly we were getting more and more challenging. The mountains are an amazing challenge, but they're also very welcoming, and it is just stunning to be immersed in nature for so long. I love to do Kung Fu. It's something I've been doing for many, many years, and while it's maybe not super relaxing, it is something, again, that makes me feel really wonderful and healthy and connected to my body and to my spirit. To be honest, for relaxation, I love to play the flute. I love to play Bach more than anything else, and I look through all the violin literature, the cello literature, the piano literature. I love to play this music in a way that I know I don't need to perform, but it is food for my soul, so it is very, very relaxing. I love to read, and I've been doing a lot of reading books that I haven't read for many years, and then some new ones. I also love to paint and to draw, and in fact when I was young I always thought I would be an artist, and so having this time and all these oil paints around me because of my daughter, who is an amazing artist, it has given me the opportunity to do some painting as well. We're building a little cabin here in the Alps where I am right now, and it's been really relaxing to come and see the process and to try to be a part of how to design the home. In the summertime now, we're also fortunate that the lake is at the bottom of the valley, and I can take a gondola down and go swimming in the fresh water of the lake, which is actually very, very cold. I have gone back to Vienna a few times and have been able to also meet my friends there, and that has been very relaxing. So I have a lot of different interests. I love to eat. I just wish I were a better cook. So what's very relaxing for me is when other people cook and I can eat. And my favorite cuisine is Korean food.
이렇게 보면요, 뭔가 하나에 뛰어난 사람의 뒷면에는 항상 모든 면에서 남다른 게 있더라고요. 이제 마지막으로 항상 우리가 고민하는, 어떻게 하면 좋은 음악가가 될 수 있을까요?
Advice on how to become a better flutist, how to go about becoming a better musician. Like everything in life, we need experience. There's the famous quote about everything you do needs 10,000 hours of practice. And of course, doing something over and over again in an intelligent manner, that practicing, that discipline, the repetition, these are the ways that we're going to gain experience and gain fluidity in what we're doing. But it's also important, in my mind, that we understand that the journey we take is as important as the end goal. And in fact, there is no end goal in life. Life always continues. We can always improve our playing. We can always develop. So as when you think you've reached the end, there is yet another end. And when you realize that this is an ongoing pursuit, you also realize that the journey that you take is actually the most important part of that. In the words of the Buddha, it is not the road to happiness, but happiness is the road itself. And I think that that is something that one should always remember, and is one of the reasons that I always stress that we need to have the fire and the passion and the true honest love of doing what we're doing in order to sustain a life of giving and sharing music with other people. I think it's important that all musicians stay humble and leave their egos at the door, are able to be flexible and open-minded and consider new ideas and new approaches. The more we do this, the more we can continue to grow. And that combined with discipline is a true combination for always improving. Create opportunities, don't shut the door on things, always show up prepared for everything, for every rehearsal, for every lesson, and take the opportunities you can, and always reach for the highest that you can, the best in you, the best in others.
클래식 음악을 전공하는 많은 학생들은 한국에서 공부가 끝나면 유학을 한 번쯤은 다 생각하는 것 같습니다. 우리가 공부하는 이 음악이라는 것이 서양 예술이기 때문이겠죠. 저도 직접 가보고 눈으로 보고 체험하는 것을 중요하다고 생각하는 사람이라 적극 장려할 때도 있습니다. 그렇지만 뭐 뚜렷한 이유도 없이 그냥 갔다 오는 것은 정말 경제적으로나 시간적으로는 너무 낭비라고도 생각합니다. 간혹 제 제자들 중에서도 어디로 갈 계획을 세울 때 유명세라든가 아니면 아무데나 붙었으면 좋겠어요 라는 말을 할 때가 있습니다. 정말 불안한 대답인 것 같아요. 기능이 아니라, 우리 음악은 기능이 아니라 인간의 내면이 드러나는 그런 예술 공부이기 때문에 아무나 공부한다라는 것은 정말 있을 수 없는 얘기라고 생각합니다. 오늘 마리나 피치니니 선생님과의 인터뷰를 통해서 저는 마음이 아주 편해졌다고나 할까요? 본인의 음악만큼이나 제자들의 음악을 사랑하고 중요하게 여기시는 그 선생님의 마음과 그 학생들의 아픔까지도 이해하시려고 하는 그 선생님의 사랑이 정말 얼마나 아름다운지 모르겠습니다.